Hello students. So today we will discuss about the hazardous waste. What are the sources of hazardous waste, how they are collected, what is the treatment for hazardous waste and how they are disposed of. So we'll start with the hazardous waste. So the definition of hazardous waste is they refer to the waste that may or they tend to cause adverse health effects on the ecosystem and on the human beings. So hazardous waste may be found in different physical states, such as it may be in the gaseous, liquid or solid state. So these wastes pose present to potential risk to human health or living organism due to the fact that, so why they are called as hazardous? Because they are non biodegradable, or they are persistent in nature. That means they remain for a longer time, they are non degradable. Then they can be biologically magnified, and they are highly toxic, and even the lethal are at very low concentrations. So they are very poisonous at very low concentrations also they are hazardous. So they are called as hazardous waste. So hazardous waste definition is the waste that may or that tend to cause adverse health effect on the ecosystem as well as on the human beings. So that is called as the hazardous waste. So the criteria which is used to determine the nature of hazards includes the toxicity, phytotoxicity, genetic activity and bioconcentrations. So these are the criterias that will decide whether the waste is hazardous or not. Okay, then the threat to public health and environment of a given hazardous waste, it depends upon the quantity and the characteristics of the waste which is involved. So next we will see what is the classification of hazardous waste. So from a practical standpoint, there are many compounds or the products and the combination of products that will fit within the broad definition of hazardous waste. So because of this they are classified into different categories. Like the first one is radioactive substances. So what are the radioactive substances? The substances that emit the ionizing radiations, they are called as the radioactive, means they emit the ionizing radiations, so they are called as radioactive. So such substances are hazardous because the prolonged exposure to radiations often results in damage to the living organisms. Then the radioactive substances, they are of special concern because they persist for a longer period. This is very important. Why the radioactive substances are dangerous? Because they remain in the nature for the longer time, because they persist for a longer period. So the period in which the radiation occurs is commonly measured and it is expressed as half life period. So you all are aware of that half life period. That means what? The time that is required for the radioactivity of a given amount of substance to decay to half of its initial value, that is called as half life of the radioactive substance. For example, the one common radioactive substance is uranium. So uranium compounds, they have half life that ranges from 72 years, okay, for uranium 232, okay, and that is 23 crores for 24 lakh 20,000 years, okay, for uranium 236. So they are the two isotopes of uranium, that is uranium 232 and uranium 236. So uranium 232, that will have a half life of 72 years, whereas uranium 236 has that is half life of 23 crores 4 lakh, that is 2 crores 34 lakhs 20,000 years. Okay, that is the half life period of the uranium 236. So the management of radioactive waste is highly controlled by national and state regulatory agencies, and the disposal sites that are used for long term storage of the radioactive waste, they are not used for the disposal of any other type of solid waste. They are specially used for the disposal of the hazardous waste. Then next is your chemicals, that is toxic chemicals. So the most hazardous chemical waste can be classified into four groups, that is synthetics, organics, then inorganic metals and salts, acids and bases. So then flammable and explosive. So these are all based on the properties of the hazardous waste. So some of the chemicals that are hazardous because they are highly toxic to most of the life forms. So when such hazardous compounds are present in the waste at levels equal to or greater than the required or their threshold level, the entire waste stream is identified as hazardous. So they are, if they are present, then they will have adverse effect on the uh, human health. Okay, then next is your biomedical waste, that also includes hazardous waste. So the principal sources of hazardous biological waste, they are the hospitals and biological research facilities. Okay, hospitals and biological research facilities where the biomedical hazardous waste is generated. So the ability to infect other living organisms and the ability to produce toxins, they are the most significant characteristics of the hazardous biological waste. So this group mainly includes malignant tissues, they are discarded during the surgical procedures, and contaminated materials such as hypodermic needles, then bandages and outdated drugs. Okay, so this waste can also be generated as a byproduct of any industrial biological conversion processes. So this includes the biological waste. Then next is flammable waste. So flammable, the most flammable waste, they are identified as hazardous chemical waste. So this dual grouping is necessary because of the high potential hazard in storing, collecting and disposal of the flammable waste. So they are very dangerous because easily they will catch fire, that is flame. Okay, so these wastes are, or these waste may be liquid or gases or even in the solid form, but most often they are in the liquid state. So the typical examples, if you want to know what are the flammable waste, they are the oils, okay, then organic solvents, then plasticizers and organic sludge. These are the examples of the flammable waste. Then the next is your explosives. So explosive hazardous waste, they are mainly ordnance, that is artillery, that is the weapons. Okay, weapons, that is what we use in the weapons. The the waste which is resulting from ordnance manufacturing, and ordnance means your weapons. Okay, and like your gun and all. Okay, so the and some industrial gases. So similar to flammables, these waste also have a high potential for hazards in storage, collection and disposal, and therefore they should be considered separately in addition to being listed as hazardous chemicals. So these wastes may exist in solid, liquid or gaseous form. Explosives also may occur in the solid, liquid and gaseous form. So they are very dangerous, as same as your flammable. Then the next category is your household hazardous waste. So the household waste such as your cleaning chemicals, batteries, nail polish, etc. in the municipal solid waste, they constitute the hazardous waste. Especially the batteries, they contain mercury, which are alkaline and which are dangerous enough to kill the people. So the generic household hazardous material include the non-chlorinated organic and chlorinated organic, then pesticides, latex paints, oils and oil based paints, waste oil, automobile batteries and household batteries. So all these are included under household hazardous waste. So you have understood now how the classification of hazardous waste is done. So they are classified into radioactive substances, toxic chemicals, biomedical waste, flammable waste, explosives, household hazardous waste. So these are the different classification of hazardous wastes. Then the common hazardous waste, what is the sources, what are the sources for these common waste? So we have seen what is included in radioactive waste, toxic chemicals, biological waste. Now we'll see what are the sources for that. Okay, so if you take the first, that is radioactive waste. So radioactive substances, they are coming from either biomedical research facilities, then colleges and universities, laboratories, offices, hospitals, nuclear power plants, etc. They are all the sources of radioactive substances. Then next comes your toxic chemicals. So toxic chemicals come from agricultural chemical companies, battery shops, car washes, chemical shops, then colleges and university laboratories, construction companies, electric utilities, hospitals and clinics, industrial cooling towers, newspapers and photographic solutions, nuclear power plants, pest control agencies, photographic processing facilities, then plating shops, then service stations. So these are all the main sources of toxic chemicals. Then next is your biological waste. So biomedical research facilities, drug companies, hospitals, medical clinics, etc. they are the sources of biological waste. Then the flammable waste come from dry cleaners, petroleum reclamation plants, petroleum refining and processing facilities, service stations, tanker truck cleaning stations, etc. So these are all the sources of flammable waste. Explosive waste, they come from construction companies, dry cleaners, then ammunition production facilities. So these are all the sources of explosive uh, hazardous wastes. Then we'll discuss what are the characteristics of hazardous waste. So characteristics of hazardous waste. So for a waste to be deemed as a characteristic hazardous waste, it must cause or it significantly contribute to an increased mortality or an increase in serious, irreversible or incapability, reversible illness, or pose a substantial hazard or threat